Hello, Marcus Boston. Quick video today, and we're going to discuss what should you do if you have any inkling that the cause of your baby's traumatic brain injury at birth, be it HIE, hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. What should you do if you think that the cause of that was something that the doctors or the nurses or the hospital, something that they did, which is what led your baby to suffer a traumatic brain injury? And what I want to talk with you today about is why it is important. Two key reasons as to why it's important to reach out to a birth trauma or a birth injury attorney as soon as you can when it comes to something like this. And the first key reason is that to be able to secure the medical records, to be able to secure what happened during labor and delivery, or even if we have to go up further and go into time and look at the records in regards to pregnancy and prenatal. The medical records for these types of cases and situations are extremely important. And when you reach out to a birth trauma or birth injury attorney, they can advise you as to things like the medical records and why the medical records are important and what do you need to get with the medical records, because it's not just enough to have individual sets. You need the complete set of everything. You need mom's medical records. You need baby's medical records. You need the fetal heart strips. You need these types of things. And once you get the medical records, birth trauma and birth injury attorneys, they know what are the important things to be on the lookout for in these records. So securing the medical records are extremely important in cases like this, because as time goes on, as we move forward into time, sometimes it can be harder to be able to get the records, especially if you're talking about, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 years down the line. It may be it could be impossible in some instances to find complete sets of records. So getting the medical records, securing the medical records, and what's needed in the medical records, those types of things, birth injury attorneys can be very helpful with. Number two, this is extremely important. When you speak to a birth injury attorney, they are going to do an interview with you. They're going to do an intake. They're going to talk with you about what happened. They're going to ask you certain questions. And these questions are designed to be able to understand the issues that were present. And so when you speak with a birth injury attorney early in the process, what that does is that allows you to get down the story, some of the crucial and critical facts. You have an opportunity to get that down and to begin to paint the picture as to what was going on either during labor and delivery or what was going on during pregnancy. So being able to get this information down is important, because what's going to happen is if you do decide to move forward, or if there is a case to go forward with, then when everything is moving forward, you have a picture of the critical facts. And so when you have to depose the factual witnesses, like the doctor or the hospital or the nurse or or a representative for the hospital, when you have to do these things, you've got a good picture of what was going on. You know the facts that were surrounding this birth and this pregnancy. And so if you wait into time, then what can happen? Well, memories can fade. People can forget things, and you may not be able to remember who was in the room or who said what, or this critical piece of information for the puzzle. You may forget that. So these are two critical things that come into play with these types of cases, and this is why it is imperative, if you have any inkling that your baby's traumatic brain injury was caused by something that the doctors or the hospital or the nurses did, it is imperative for you, in my opinion, to at least speak with the birth trauma attorney, to at least begin to put some things in place and to be able to help your family moving into the future. Even if you don't necessarily hire an attorney or hire that lawyer immediately, at least talking to them early in the process, at least doing that can help you begin to analyze and help you to be able to see some of these critical issues that I've talked about and discussed in this video. If you have more questions, maybe you're watching this video today because your baby has suffered a traumatic brain injury like HIE, and you do think that the doctors or the nurse or the hospital, that they are the cause of it. If that's what you have going on, there is a telephone number on the screen. I invite you to pick up the phone and call me, call us. When you call my office, remember it costs you absolutely nothing initially to talk with us about your baby's story. When you talk to my secretary, let them know that you would like to get on our calendar, pick a date and a time. That is important, a date and a time. That way we can, we can get back with you and talk with you about everything. One more thing before I get out of here. I practice law here in the state of Maryland. I know this video is on the internet, so on social media, on our website, and YouTube and some of these other places. Just understand that if you reach out to me and you are not in Maryland, understand that we have to use what we call co-counsel or local counsel. In other words, an attorney in your state. And that's something that we can work with and help you with. But I just want to make sure that you understand that co-counsel or that local counsel aspect of things if you are not in the state of Maryland. All right, that's going to be it for today's quick educational video. Again, I'm Marcus Boston, and I'm one of the childbirth injury and medical malpractice attorneys practicing law here in the state of Maryland at Boston Law Group, LLC. We'll talk with you next time. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.